Alright, so in these types of problems, when you are asked to simplify polynomials, a polynomial is an expression with variables and coefficients. Now, in this following expression, this is not yet in a polynomial form because we do not have all of the terms simplified into a polynomial. We have parentheses raised to the power of 2, and we need to simplify it so all of our terms are written as variables with coefficients. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to expand this parentheses and we're going to FOIL it. So instead of writing 3 minus x squared, we're going to have 3 minus x times 3 minus x. And we have the rest of our expression. We have 3x plus 2 and 2x minus 2. So we're going to start off by first FOILing the first two parentheses. So we're going to take the first term of our first parentheses and multiply it by the two terms of our second parentheses. So we have 3 times 3, which is 9, and 3 times negative x, which is negative 3x. Alright, now we're going to take our second term of our first parentheses and multiply it again by the two terms of our second parentheses. So we have negative x times 3, which gives us a negative 3x, and negative x times negative x, which gives us a positive, because a negative and a negative give us a positive. So we have a positive x squared. Alright, now that we FOILed our first two parentheses, now we're going to FOIL our next two parentheses. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the first term of our first parentheses and multiply by the two terms of our second parentheses. So we have 3x times 2x, which gives us a 6x squared. And we have 3x times negative 2, which gives us a negative 6x. And now we're going to take the second term of our first parentheses and multiply it by the two terms of our second parentheses. So we have 2 times 2x, which gives us 4x. And 2 times negative 2, which leaves us with negative 4. So now we have a very long expression, and it is a polynomial, but we do want to simplify it. Now the way that we're going to list out this polynomial is by the highest exponent first of the variables. So in this case, the highest exponent is 2. So we have x squared and 6x squared. And so when we combine these like terms, we are left with 7x squared. So now that we got rid of these two, we're going to move on to the next highest degree of our exponents, which is raised to 1. So in this case, we have negative 3x, negative 3x, negative 6x, and positive 4x. So now we are going to combine all of these like terms. And when we do so, we have negative 3 and negative 3x, which give us a negative 6x, minus a negative 6, which gives us a negative 12x, and we're going to add our positive 4x to it, and we are left with a negative 8x. So that's going to be the next term in our expression. So we have 7x squared minus 8x, and the next term that we're going to combine, the next like term, is going to be our positive 9 and our negative 4. Those are the last two terms that are left. So we have 9 minus 4, which gives us a positive 5. So this is going to be the most simplified version of our expression, and this expression is a polynomial because it is only built and combined from variables with coefficients. And in this case, our answer is going to be D, which is 7x squared minus 8x plus 5.